Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another video. So you guys, I wanted to update you all on the 52-week challenge. So if you're new around here, hey y'all, how y'all doing? My name's Shakema. I'm a single mom. I have 4 children. I have 2 girls, Alana and Shamika. I have 2 boys, Trandon and Jackson. I have a fur dog. Her name is Gracie. And our fur grand dog is here. His name is Acro. Now I have 2 additional fur grand dogs, Hondo and Snoop. They live in Florida with Trandon. Grandma's never seen them, but that's okay. They're still my grands, but they've not ever been here. So for those of us that are in the house, also my oldest daughter lives in California and my oldest son lives in Florida. So it's just myself and the littles and the dogs. And we're doing all the things, right? So I've always been a prepper. I've always prepared. I didn't know that prepper was a title thing until very recently, within the last couple of years. And I do watch several prep channels. I watch Tangi over at Freedom Homestead, have watched Tangi for years. I watch Without Limits Missouri Prepper. I watch Roots and Refuge. They do a lot of just gardening stuff. And, you know, prepping. There's a new homestead channel. God almighty, I can't remember its name for the life of me. But I just found it. If I think of it, I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But I don't even know how I found their channel. And one day I just happened to run across it. And she talks about prepping and canning and preparing for her family. I think they have a large family. God almighty, I wish I could think of it right off the top of my head. I can't. I'm going to take my glasses off because I normally get glare, and I hate that. I'm having to focus too hard not to get the glare. So there's a ton of channels. There's a lot of homesteading channels that do follow my channel as well. They've come over from some of the other prepping channels, Alaska Prepper, Lead Farmer 73. I want just a ton of people that are in this, hey, you know, don't sleep on having what you need. None of us, that me included, ever thought we would see the things that we see now. 2 things are for sure. Prices are rising on groceries, and there is less on the shelves than there has ever been in the past. Even when everything started and you couldn't find toilet paper or paper towels, right? We can live without toilet paper and paper towels. Trust me, I'm from the country. You can live without toilet paper and paper towels. You just gotta, you know, be resourceful. Nobody wants to. It's a convenience. However, if you had to. But to the point where you're seeing shelves, empty shelves. Now this week, I will say, because I had to go to Walmart the other day for something I failed to remember what I was, coffee creamer. The shelves looked a little bit better than they had looked, but it's still different than what it used to be. So even though I'm seeing some things, there's still holes, right? There's still holes. And what we have to do is we have to make sure that we have enough. So when I first started this journey, of course, I was a newly single mom. I just had Jackson, didn't have pennies to rub together, worked a full-time job with a degree, and was still struggling. And my church started a food pantry, right? They started a food pantry. And they did not tell me that it was for me, but I was struggling. I couldn't feed my kids the way I was used to feeding my kids. Yes, my kids ate. We've never missed a meal. But I couldn't feed them the way I was used to feeding them. And so that was a challenge for me. And my church was very gracious. And what they did was they started a food pantry and with me in mind. As I began to seek the Lord and ask for wisdom, divine wisdom on how to feed my children, he said coupon. And so I started couponing about 10, 11 years ago. And there was never a time that my kids and I didn't have. I would go to the grocery store with my $35 or $40 a week and come home with hundreds of dollars worth of groceries because the Lord gave me a divine understanding of how to coupon. So here's how I do it. You coupon when things are on sale. So on sale plus a coupon equals free or close to free. That's what I've always said. On sale plus a coupon is free or close to free. That's how it always has been for me. And the Lord, again, has been gracious. Then we changed and our diet changed. So we went to keto and we weren't not couponing as much on foodstuffs. But the Lord said, Shakema, you can still coupon on home items, household items, laundry soap, detergent, dishwashing, all those types of things. So I've always couponed. I've always had coupon friends that send me coupons in the mail, or they have left them at my door or left them at work. I've always had somebody leave something for me. I have also printed off coupons, and that's how I have been able to stock my pantry. I've had a fully stocked pantry, plus I have a pantry that is for the community. If I know a family that needs things that cannot afford, I'll go to my stock first. No problem giving my things away because I know how to refill, right? I know what I'm doing. But I've had additional friends who say, don't you still do the pantry? Yes, I do. And what they've done is they have given me items, and that's in a whole nother separate section of my garage for pantry for the community. What I don't have and what I have had in the past were gift cards to different stores. So I think I'm going to focus on that for the community pantry just in case. Fresh items, things like milk and eggs and butter and cheese and bread and those types of things that you can make a quick, do something very quickly, to have that on hand. Now I have given my grocery money away. Yes, I have. My kids and I have a fully stocked freezer. We have a fully stocked fridge. I have the in-house pantry. I have a cabinet pantry, and we also have the garage pantry, all full of food, right? That's just because I prep all the time. So what was it, last year? Maybe it was last year or the year before. I can't even think it was last year. I ran up on, this was the first year. This was in 20. Let me go back. This was in 20. Ran up on a food storage checkoff list from organizedmom.net. This is not my list. This is just her list. And yes, I got food stains all over it because I'm always looking at this list. And she came up with this list for 52 weeks, something you would buy each and every single week. This list is designed for 2 adult people, and every week you get something, right? So we're on week 6, which is 2 18-ounce jars of peanut butter, right? What I thought I would also do, because I found this list 2 years ago and this was already on her website, is I'm actually going to put the prices in to see comparative pricing from what I did last year versus this year. So this week is 2 18-ounce jars of peanut butter. But here's something else that I've just decided to do. In addition to this list, right? I'm always shopping sales. My sales roll on Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, I check my sales ad to see what is and what is not on sale. Some people ask me, why did I get the gift cards from the bank instead of getting them from the specific store? Because the stores don't charge a fee. Well, here's the reality. I don't always know which store I'm going to shop at, right? I look at Harris Teeter first before I look at any other store to see, is there anything at Harris Teeter that I can get? And the reason I do that is because when I first started couponing, Harris Teeter was my space. I could work Harris Teeter like a professional, okay? I was going up in there living my best life. So that's why I always shop there first or look there first. Then I was able to do some stuff at Food Lion. I didn't do as much couponing at Food Lion as I did at Harris Teeter, because at Harris Teeter, I could just kill it. So, and then when we weren't doing as much couponing, we were trying to get in and out of the grocery store. I was shopping at Walmart. Walmart is a one-stop shop. I can get groceries, I can get toiletries, I can get personal feminine items, I can get my car worked on, I can get paint for the house, I can get everything at Walmart. So I would just go to Walmart. Well, now, things are a little more open and I can go wherever I want. And so I'm following sales. So if I were to get all the gift cards, but I was able to look at Harris Teeter and see that they have the best sales this week, then I would be out, right? I wouldn't be able to get the things that I needed at Harris Teeter because all my gift cards would be allocated to Aldi. So that's the reason why. It's the reason why I really just use cash. So this month was an experiment month for me. I do not think I love this. I love having my cash on hand, and I think that I'm just going to do that. So going back to the list is 2 18-ounce jars of peanut butter. Now we get peanuts only. We don't get salt. We don't get all those additives and things. We stopped doing that when I moved to Whole 30. We're still doing Whole 30. But what I saw this morning, which I have not seen in a minute, in a skinny minute, and I'm not gonna miss this, was coffee. Coffee is on sale. Coffee is, I think it's Maxwell House, and it's $5.97, and you can get a limit of 4 of them, the big jugs. So that's $6. That's $24 that I'm going to spend in coffee, and I'm going to spend it, and here's why. Coffee is expensive. It's one of those items that, oh my goodness, you got to run up on a good sale. If you do not run up on a good sale, you're going to be spending a lot of money, and I drink a lot of coffee. So I'm going to spend the money. That's a third of my budget is going to be on coffee. But that's going to be one of my stock up preps for, I'm going to count that in preps. Now, Shakema, that's a lot of preps. It is. But I have some coffee on the shelf. I do not have a lot. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I have some that will take me into the next couple weeks, right? Months down the line. In addition to that, bacon is on sale for $3 a pack. So I'm going to get several packs of bacon. We are a keto / Whole30 family. The bacon will not be Whole30 approved specifically, but it's meat, and we're kind of low carbing it. Not low, on the days I do low carb, right? Versus, I'm going to give some more thought to Trim Healthy Mama, because I think I can go between those. I just have to learn the system. And that's my problem, is one more system to learn. And once I get it, I got it. But I don't have time to learn it right now. I may make that a summer goal, to learn how Trim Healthy Mama works. Alana and I are in the gym, so that is helping as well. So back to the list. I want to say, follow the list as it is written here. That can't be everybody's testimony, because if beans are not on sale this week, because I found beans last week, then I picked up beans. So I'm looking at this kind of as a guide to say, hey, these are the things I need to stock up on, but I'm not going to say this because it doesn't work for my budget, right? I have to be mindful of my budget. I have $75. That's what I have to spend. Someone asked today, how do I make up for the overage when grocery prices are going up? And my response to that was, I just try to figure out where I can shift some monies. So Alana had a piano lesson today, right? We had scheduled that with her piano teacher. She's been out several weeks with some illness in her extended family. And so she messaged us yesterday, hey, lesson today, because we always leave it up to her. And I'm so thankful that she works with us, because when we first started, we were paying ahead. And this was right after all the things happened, and they were just starting to let people out again. And so we were paying ahead. Well, then stuff started getting a little haywire again. So she was like, well, just pay per lesson. So I'm very thankful that she has let us remain doing that, because we've missed quite a bit of lessons. With that being said, she texted today and said she was sick, so no lesson. We had already planned to go to the lesson. So $35 that would have gone to the lesson is freed up, right? So if I need the extra $35, then all I'm going to do is just take that $35 and use it for the groceries. So if we did the lesson, I wouldn't have that extra, but the lesson fell through. So now that money is there and allocated, because we'll get child support again next week, and she'll have another lesson. That'll be fine. So that's how I do it. The other thing is, and I was mentioning this on the comment as well, because I do not have debt. I don't have debt. My money is a little bit more freer to shift itself, right? Because I'm not worried about, I got to pay this credit card, I have to pay this student loan, right? I was in that before. And when I became debt free, that is no longer a concern of mine. However, what I'm doing now is I'm able to say, okay, do I need to get my hair cut? Well, if I look at my hair, right? I just got my hair cut for my birthday. That was a week ago. I could wash this really good, brush it down, put some oil on it, and it could go for another week or another 2 weeks or 3 weeks and still be okay, right? My edge up still looks good in the back. I could put on this little frilly cappy thing, right? Look, and not get a haircut. I know how to moisturize it enough so that I look decent for work. So if I needed extra money, I would say, okay, mom doesn't need to get a haircut. I'll take that $20 that I allocate for a haircut and put it to groceries. Jackson always gets a haircut because he's a dude. I'm a girl, and short-haired girls, we can let our hair grow out for a little bit and somebody think that's a new style, right? We good. So, that would be some extra money. Other things like when we were on vacation for the holidays, I didn't have to drive my vehicle, right? Only except for church. So I'm not driving my 50 miles a day, every day round trip for work. And that's just to my office. That is not even to my schools. So I saved on gas. So whatever, if I didn't allocate or use all of my gas budget, then I take the extra from that and I put it to the groceries. So that's how I work that. This is about the 52-week challenge, y'all. What I will say is I've been just feeling in my spirit. Now, this is not to scare people because I am not the Lord. I don't know what's coming down the pipeline, but I do know that he tells us in all of our get understanding. I've just been watching some things that make me a little uneasy as far as accepting the fact that things are good. What I'm going to do is continue to work my list. I'm not going to go out and buy a ton. I'm not. But I'm going to work my list so that I am keeping my stock stocked and I'm rotating through some things. One issue that I have found, and this did not hit me until today when I was watching Angela Braniff's channel. She was doing an organization in her kitchen, which the kids and I need to go through and do some stuff in here as well. She was doing an organization in her kitchen. And I actually think that I'm going to switch my bacon station and my main spice cabinet station. Those cabinets are the same exact size. So I'm going to switch. And I don't know why, but I feel better going to the right to get my spices than I do going to the left. Really makes no bit of a difference to anybody but me. So I think I'm going to switch those two stations out. It's just going to make me feel better. But she was talking about her spices and how she threw away so many spices. And here's what I haven't been doing, because I'm going to actually have to throw some spices away. I feel horrible about this. Every week when I go to the grocery store, I buy new spices. And instead of putting them in the stock pantry behind what I already have and just using it that way, I've done it with everything else except the spices, right? You get the new thing, you put it back here, you use the next thing up, right? I've done that every single place except my spices. And so now I'm going to have to replace the majority of my spices. And I'm like, Shakema, don't do that again, because that's wasted money. We're going for 100% zero waste over here. We had some fresh produce go bad last week. We cannot. I tell my kids, we're on a fresh produce kind of lifestyle. We have to eat that stuff first. So we're going to do better this week as far as that is concerned. We don't have any room for just waste. We don't have any room for just spending money to spend. What we do have room for is to make sure we're prepping. Again, prep what you use from the list. If you don't use it, don't prep it. I don't do a lot of from scratch baking. I can, but I don't. So yeast is up here. I'm still going to get yeast because I do from scratch baking, but I got yeast during the holiday season because there were coupons. And so you stock up in that season and then you put it in a place where it's going to stay fresh and you have access to it in the off season when there are no coupons. Anyway, so there's a couple things, again, that I'm going to do today is the 2 peanut butters, and I'm going to get the coffee. I don't know that coffee is on here, and it may be. I have to go back and look. But I am going to get coffee because that's something that I use. And I'm going to get the coffee in the ground, just like it is regular. I have gotten instant coffee before. However, I get the grounds that you put through the machine for right now because that's what's going to work. At the end of the day, if we don't have a machine and I got to use, I know how to make a cup of coffee, however, which way I got to do it, because I'm going to have coffee. And let me just say this. When it comes to a cup of coffee, I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it. So, anywho, take your list. If you have never prepped before and this is your first experience, my suggestion, we're getting some sunlight is coming in, y'all. My suggestion is to go slow. Do what you can do. I know that Missouri Prepper, she went through it very quickly. She did 2.5 months and did her list. I did it quickly last year. In 20, when I did it in a couple months. But I shopped my budget. I shopped what I could get from here and what fit in my dietary lifestyle. If you haven't started to stock up on things, my suggestion is you always have at least some extra in your pantry. And here's why, right? I look at Sarah from Our Tribe of Many. I think she has between 3, I don't think she quite has 6 months, but she has every single month when you see her groceries and her As Your Standard orders, you always see her getting one more thing of something that she's trying out new, right? They got the grinder for the wheat berries, and now they make their own flour and they make their own bread. You know, just every month she's gotten a new skill. Now they're canning. So that was a new skill. I'm going to wait on canning right now because I've got to get my garage together where I can have shelf space for the canning. And I don't want to put the jars up on high shelves in case, right? So I've got to get that situation squared away. I don't have it right yet. And then I have to do stuff in the summertime when I'm not working. I've just decided that all things that are extra things for me have to be done June, July, and early August, because if not, I'll never get to them during the school year. So if you haven't, you know, just one new thing, find something. And again, I'm not saying go out and spend $1 zillion. Every week, I'm buying something extra. Every week, I'm just doing it slow by. This is true. I'm doing it week by week, prepping over here, right? Last week they had, I think it was beans or green beans and corn. I got that. And then I just so happened to be on the right aisle at the right time. And I saw bagged beans, which I never hardly see. You get canned beans, but not bagged beans. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get these bagged beans because they were only $1. And even when you go to the Dollar Tree, if the Dollar Tree is costing things now $1.25, and I found the bagged beans for $1, I'm going to get the dollar beans. I'm going to live my best dollar life at Harris Teeter, and that's where I found them. So I picked them up, right? Don't go outside of your budget. Don't extend yourself farther than what you're able to, reach. Again, I harp on this so much, but I'm going to say it again. I'm debt free. Being debt free, you're able to tell your money, hey, we need some extra stock ups this week. Someone also asked, do I buy in bulk, in my summer months to make up for not having a paycheck? I don't, because the bulk shops don't fit in my budget. 2-3 items at Sam's or Costco is my whole budget for the week. So what I do is I stock up during doing these preps. And then when I have lean months, I go to my pantry and I pull it out because I've already stocked it during that time. And I also use a coupon. If I have a coupon, I'm going to use a coupon. And when it comes to using a coupon, I'm going to use it, right? That's what I do. So I just wanted to kind of talk that through a little bit. Only thing that I know for sure that I'm getting on my list this week is coffee and bacon because I saw those types of things. We still have butternut squash. We have spaghetti squash. We have meat. Yesterday, I actually found a chicken. Oh my goodness, when I tell you it was just this size, bigger than a Cornish hen, right? It was for $2.94. So it was a tiny chicken. It probably can't feed nobody but Jackson, but at least I got it. We can put it in the pressure cooker. We can pull the meat. We can use the bones for broth. And then I've got a couple, we made a chicken and rice soup yesterday using Kaale rice and some carrots. Didn't have a lot of chicken in it, but it was a pretty good soup. So that is just something else that we could do. Do my kids need to eat meat every day? They don't. Do we need to have this, this particular cut of meat every day? We don't. We can do some meatless days, and it's perfectly fine. So we're working things out over here, trying to make sure that we have what we need. All I'm saying is I've just seen some concerning things, in my opinion, that do not make me want to lessen my preps. it makes me want to just continue on the path that I am on. And, you know, that's just using godly wisdom. Make sure that I know she's in her apron. Kimmy came back this week. She's been on a break. She came back this week with a prep video, just kind of a storage. And I'm going to go check that list because one of the lists she mentioned I wanted to try. So I am going to definitely go back and look at that video to see which list that was. And then a friend of mine, Karen, she mentioned it as well. She was like, hey, check this out. So I did see that video. I just have not been to the grocery store yet, but I'm going today. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to chat us through, you know, I'm not hardcore. I don't have a butane stove and I don't have a heater that does all the things. Will I get those things? It's coming. I have a grill and I have charcoal. I've got some things, but not, preppers will probably look at me and laugh like, what is she doing? But I'm doing the best I know how to do with what I have in this house. And so that is where I'm going to take my, I'm going to take it there and go, okay, yeah, she's doing good. And you do the same. Don't compare what I'm doing to what you're doing, because a friend of mine, Andrea, she changed my life when she shared that comparison is the thief of joy. It is. You can't compare what you're doing to what I'm doing. We're not the same. I don't have a large family. I don't have a husband. I'm not taking care of elder relatives. I just have, I have older kids. I don't have babies anymore. So it's always different. I'm out of debt. It's different. There's some similarities, but it's not the same. So when I compare myself to somebody else's self, that situation is not the exact same as mine. I'm already setting myself up for feeling some type of way. And I'm not going to feel away. I'm not going to feel away. I'm just going to do what works for me over here at my house. And I encourage you to do the same. So anywho, you guys, there it is. Just wanted to share that kind of little bit of an update with you. Tell you that the kids and I are on our way to get some preps. And I'm just going to walk the store. That's how I get all of my deals. I walk the store. I go for what I came for. And then I walk all the aisles. I walk I do it the same every single time. Because I know a deal when I see it, and the Lord will reveal to my mind. He's like, oh, Shakema, get that. I'm like, oh, yeah. Let me get that. Because I might have not thought about it before. But anywho, you guys, there it is. I'm going to pop out, get myself ready for the store. And this is going to be great. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you like the video, thumb it up. If you have questions, leave us down below in the comment section. I'll do my best to help and answer what I can. I'll try to link anything. Y'all know I'm a bad linker. So, without limits, Missouri Prepper has this list on her grocery videos. Y'all go over there. I know it's on hers. I'm horrible at linking stuff. Sorry, y'all. But anywho, if you like it, thumb it up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Bye now.